Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Lead In with Lorne. It's always great to see you on this Monday morning. I'm doing sessions right now on Zoom a lot, like the rest of the world, or on a similar platform. And on Zoom, you can change your name, write your name in there, whatever you want. And of course, most people typically would put their actual name, obviously. On these sessions that I've been having with lots of people, literally hundreds of them, these small sessions, I changed my name to Chief Mistake Officer. And, it kind of, you can see kind of people looking at that kind of curiously. And the reason I did is that I think that when senior executives are open about the fact that they're very fallible and they make lots of mistakes, and everybody knows that anyway. But I think when you're very direct and open about it, I think it gives permission for other people to be very open and less guarded about their own. And I also talk about values that we're really putting a lot of intentional consideration to. And when I talk about values that I'm activating, one of them is that I'm really working hard to be courageous and to be boldly curious. And I give examples. But then one of our values is to be more honest in our conversations, to have honest conversations. And I talk about how I struggle with that, how I kind of beat around the bush, or I have to warm myself up to the narrative, or I makes the story up in my mind and around how it's going to go or not go, and therefore I avoid it. And I share that with people, and they're quite surprised, I think. And I think it's because of my age and my experience. People go, "Wow, how could Lorne be, having problems with that stuff? How could he be the chief mistake officer? How could he be having problems sometime warming up to an honest conversation?" And when I do that, I can genuinely see the openness that starts to emerge around people going, I guess that guy's not such an arrogant putz after all. Maybe he's a real human. And we start to open some things up with each other. And I don't think that takes away my strength or my courage or my, power position or you name it. I think it just makes me more real. And it is. It's true. All that stuff's true. So, I don't want to be good at mistakes. I want to be good at learning fast, but I make them, and I make plenty of them. And I think organizations have to be really good at being able to open that up, and so they can start talking about the right things at the right levels, the right people, and to take fear out of the organization. That's one small way to do that. Be a little bit more vulnerable, a little less armored up, a little more real. So this week, as you go about your work, I'm not saying you should go and label yourself as Chief Mistake Officer. That title's taken. But you might want to think about, it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to open up. It's okay to let people see inside it. Don't try and be everything to all people at all times. You're not perfect, neither am I. And actually, it makes us more accessible, more real, and easier to follow. Hi, and as always, join us on our socials. Subscribe YouTube, come visit us on lornerubis.com. And we are 1 millimeter, 1/8 of an inch, depending on what country you're in, away from getting our Building Extraordinary Adaptive Culture released. We're just working out the final kinks of it. Stay tuned, and I hope we can kind of nudge you and rely on you to kick it around, give it a thought. And if it's not for you, send it on to someone who you may think might like it. We certainly like you. Thanks. Bye for now, and I'll see you next Monday.